From a young age, Heracles' life became a trial of endurance, always testing both his body and his soul. Yet the fourth labour taught him a harsh and unexpected truth, that true pain does not always reside in the battle, but in the path leading to it. Heracles arrived at Tiryns beneath a sky smothered by darkness, expecting the same refusal and insult as before. Yet this time, the herald awaited him with quiet invitation. Heracles followed behind warily, guided through hushed streets to a palace recast as a theatre, with King Eurystheus attempting to steal the leading role. He had choreographed every detail, regal garments, nobles gathered like vultures, all to salvage the pride stripped from him in previous failures. Heracles entered the large palace hall to receive only spectacle and insult. The king mocked Heracles openly and issued the command: journey to Mount Erymanthus and bring back the monstrous boar alive. The labour and its inevitable peril were a welcome distraction from his outrage at the king's orchestrated mockery. Without reply, Heracles turned and left, unwilling to breathe the same air as his cowardly cousin for a second longer. The frozen lands of Arcadia offered a welcome solitude for Heracles. Winds howled through gnarled trees, each footfall heavy with reflection. But fate, unkind and unpredictable, paused him at a cave mouth where memory stirred. Pholus, the centaur, a rare civilized soul among barbarians, emerged like a whisper from the past. An old friend, a long-lost warmth, they shared firelight and stories, laughter breaking the frost that clung to Heracles' grief. Yet, as Pholus slept, peace began to shatter at the edges. Restless and thoughtless, Heracles opened the sacred communal wine jar that Pholus kept to prevent its monstrous influence on the rest of his kind. Its scent bloomed into the air like a warning, and the hills did not ignore it. Centaurs burst from their caves, wild and enraged, with Nessus leading the charge. A brute shaped by venom and spite, Pholus, stunned and heartbroken, emerged to watch the chaos unfold. Heracles fought back the centaurs with grim precision, loosing poisoned arrows into the storm. He passed Pholus the quiver to help him reload more quickly, another action he would come to regret. When silence fell, Nessus had vanished, wounded and vengeful, sowing the seeds that would one day claim Heracles' own mortal life. But inside the cave lay the true cost. Pholus lay dying, having grazed one of Heracles' own poisoned arrows. Heracles cradled him, grief rippling through every fibre. After giving Pholus the rights he deserved, Heracles continued on his journey, feeling colder and far heavier than before. As Heracles headed towards the top of Mount Erymanthus, the boar waded towards him, a huge, hulking beast, fur tangled like wire, tusks gleaming like the blades of two swords. With no hesitation, it charged, and Heracles fled towards the cliff, though he did so not in fear, but in strategy. Through icy cliffs and breathless chasms, he led the creature closer towards the edge, and when the moment came, Heracles cast his net, looped it around the beast tightly, and collapsed into the snow. With each heavy, lingering breath, he felt no triumph, only pain. Heracles returned to Tiryns, not as a warrior bearing spoils, but a mourner carrying the weight of consequence. He pondered on his own guilt and the sting of Eurystheus' mockery. Dragging the boar through the palace hall, past nobles who murmured but dared not speak, he loosed the beast in their midst and set it charging towards the king. Panic replaced all pretense. Eurystheus, stripped of bravado, lunged into a large decorative pot, trembling and writhing in terror. But just before the creature could reach him, Heracles seized the tusks, wrestled the beast back, and hurled it out into the night, showing the court what true strength and power really looks like. Heracles peered down at the appalling sight of his cowardly cousin, who dared call himself a king, and made his way out of the palace. As Heracles walked, he once more drowned in the guilt, stained red upon his hands. He prayed to all the gods who didn't curse him for no more loss to be added to his unbearable conscience.